Adult proof.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype. It's big game, big game. Analysis from the player's point of view. Injuries, big trades, player news. Yeah, sector competition, and he play with Tony Dungy. Better listen, I'm talking about Big Game Sports Buzz. Said everything you need and more. Yeah. Big Game Sports Buzz. I thought I told you once before. We call him Big Game James. Yeah, Big Game James. Big Game James.
Ooh, welcome to Big Game Sports Buzz, where the sports fanatic and the pro athlete get together to talk everything sports. I'm your boy, Big Game James. Joining me tonight again is my man, the musicologist A. Reed. Reed, what's happening?
Yes, sir, baby. How you doing, man? Glad to be here again.
I appreciate you stepping in and helping out. And man, if y'all
Anytime.
haven't had a chance and first time joining us, please make sure y'all check out A. Reed on MCXP Man Cave Mondays here on BGSE Network. Always keeping it alive and fire and all the way 100. So y'all want to make sure y'all check that out. And that fly intro that I was playing earlier in the show, that's Reed. Reed doing his music thing, aka the musicologist. And say all eyes on you, huh?
All eyes on me.
You gotta say it in your Tupac voice every time you say it. Hey man,
Yes, sir.
there's a lot going on in the sports world. And this past weekend, the NBA had their All-Star weekend. You touched on it on Monday, Reed. We got to touch on it here tonight. So, first and foremost, man, if it's your first time, second time, last time, if you haven't done so, please make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell, and interact in the chat, man. Let us know what you think. We're going to bring you our 4 downs. Oh, hell nah. 1 got to go. And our top 5. Tonight's top 5 dunkers. Make sure you think about that and save it for when we get to the end, because with this dunk contest going on, it's just one of them things. I was like, yo, the top 5 dunkers. We got to talk about it, because some of the shit we're seeing nowadays, bruh, don't let me jump the gun, man. Let me get this segment started. Hey, here goes 4 down. That's right, 4 downs. The hottest topics going on in the sports world. And it may not be the hottest, but it's relevant because it all just happened. This past weekend, man, NBA All-Star Weekend. You had the celebrity game on Friday, the Rising Stars game, the skills challenge, 3-point shootout, and the slam dunk contest. Now, the commissioner, Adam Silver, came out and he was assuring fans that it was going to get better, that the game would be more competitive. But I believe everyone as a basketball fan, come on, man, over 211 points scored in this. First of all, the city of Indianapolis, my former stomping grounds for a little bit, did a great job, phenomenal job hosting it. They had to deal with some weather, some snow, but a lot of people said they still had a really good time. Reed, this is the question I pose before we get into all elements of All-Star Weekend. What can the commissioner do to make sure that All-Star Weekend is better? Now, I say that you may have liked it, but I know to me it was lackluster. So in your mind, what can be done to help All-Star Weekend be a little bit better?
I mean, if you're looking at the commissioner's side, the only thing that I would think that he can do to make it better is give some kind of monetary incentive. To kind of make the guys want to play more. Kind of like what they did with that in-season tournament. You know,
Right. Okay.
some kind of monetary incentive. But the thing about the All-Star game, it should be fun, but it should be for the fans, and it should definitely it should definitely be better than what it's been the last couple of years. I'm not saying that Indiana had a very bad one, but it's ugh. This
Yeah.
past one was bad, and I'm not even trying to put the city down. It has nothing to do with the city of Indiana. It's just what we've come to see within these past years when it comes to the All Star. Everything is just a lackluster thing, bro. And I know you're gonna go down it, man, because I know I talked about it on my show on MCH Radio. Um, it's just not the same, man. It's not the same as what it used to be, especially when it comes with the All-Star game. I remember watching guys like Barkley, like
Mm-hmm.
Ewing, like you know what I'm saying, Pippen, like All-Star, but they were playing a actual game. Even when Kobe was doing the All-Star game with
Right.
they were playing games, man. It should be the All-Star game should be like the greatest pickup game ever.
Thank you. I was just in my head when you start naming the names and saying the things you said, Reed. I
Yeah.
was like, bro, this is like all the pickup games the greats talk about that they would have back in LA at UCLA over the summer.
Yeah.
Even when they would go to the parks in New York and join in some of those guys with the Rucker.
Hmm.
The other one tournament that Baron Davis helps run in LA. So many
Hmm.
different things, man. When these guys stepped on a court, they played. Now I'll run it down to this. You made a very good point when you said, well, you saying this struck a point in my head. NBA All-Star Weekend needs to be for the fans and about the fans. And my thing is, have the fans changed to where the game has changed that much? Because to come out and see some of these people shooting the ball, throwing alley-oops, no defense being played at all. And it's already, I think, a winning team gets a certain amount, losing team gets a certain amount. But something's got to give because I would like that. You look at the days, like you said, East West. If Jordan was going to be on Stockton or anybody else, I'm just throwing names out there. They tried to D up. Like, they still wanted to play for bragging rights of talking about how they own. These dudes so damn chummy right now. Like, I don't ever feel like it's gonna get serious for them to put pressure on each other.
We're
Like,
looking at a league. We're looking at a league where, and like you say, chummy chummy. We're looking at a league where everybody is friends. Every single
yeah,
person is friends. No matter what team they're on, everybody got each other's number. Everybody FaceTimes each other after the game. They probably got a bunch of group texts, you know what I'm saying,
right,
from
right.
all over the country, you know. And you can blame it on social media however you want to do it. But I come from an era where, you know, because you was on a certain team, I didn't like you. I respected you. But
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay, so you the star of that squad. Okay, well, I'm finna show you why I'm the star of this squad, why I'm better. And then when we go over here to the All-Star game, and you have the collection, and think about it like this. The fans voted these guys in to be in the All-Star game. Why would you want to give them a lackluster product? If the fans voted you to come over there because you're the best of the best, you're considered the elite of all the players that you have in the NBA. You're considered the elite. So why give them a lackluster performance? That's what I'm saying. It
Man.
needs to be. I would love to see it go back to being a competitive game of some sort. I do understand that the guys don't want to get themselves hurt or whatnot, but I mean, was you ever
Hey,
trying to hurt anybody in a pickup game? No.
no, Reed, we
Man,
gotta quit that. We gotta quit that excuse because the NFL Pro Bowl does the same damn thing. These
oh, they
fools
completely
talking
they
about
completely killed that.
injuries and all this other shit.
They killed
It
that.
is it drives me crazy because like if you the events that took place, it's supposed to be fun and enjoyable. Glad, happy to be there. That's what the celebrity game is for. The skills challenge. Anthony Edwards is shooting his 3-point ball with his left hand. Come on, man. You're not gonna. I mean, you really disrespecting the game, not taking that shit serious at all. Now, I believe Ant-Man's one of the next great players in this league, but it's like, come on, bro. have some seriousness about it. Let's go out there and really compete. I don't think that was the time and the place for that. And then I never thought, Reed, that I would see the day where a goddamn 3-point contest was more entertaining than the dunk contest.
I said it on
All
my
these
show.
fools seem that they did the same dunks, the same type of prop, jumping over people. And this is my
I said
thing.
this on my show, man. It's become the premier event, the 3-point contest. It's
What
the
the
premier
hell?
event of the All-Star game.
I think back to my childhood when All-Star Weekend came on and Saturday night, the slam dunk contest and 3-point
You
shooting
could
was about to
not
start.
wait to see that slam dunk contest, bro.
I was gonna watch the 3-point contest.
You
but that
gonna
was really
watch it.
That was really the warm up to get excited about the
Thank
dunks
you.
coming through.
Thank
And
you.
how
Thank
the
you.
hell we can't get
Yeah,
our
man.
high flyers in here to watch? I mean, to participate. Like Anthony Edwards, you already there. Participate in the dunk contest. I know Ja is hurt, but Ja needs to be in there. Zion needs to be in there. Like, we got to get these high fly, bruh. Okay, and no disrespect to Mac McClung, whatever the hell his name is. You can't have a fool come up from the G League and be the winner of the goddamn dunk contest. That's a slap in the face, man.
It doesn't make
Come
sense.
on, man.
It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense.
George Gervin and all them boys just need to be sitting back somewhere ready to slap LeBron and everybody else, because somebody said LeBron set this precedent.
Stephen A. That was my next thing.
Okay.
Stephen A. said that. He blamed it on LeBron. He said with LeBron not doing it, not ever competing in it, it set the precedent for all the other guys to be like, all the big major names to be like,
right.
Well, if he don't do it, I don't have to do it. You know what I'm saying? And understand, LeBron has been in the league for 20 years. I think when he first came into the league, when he was, with Cleveland, fresh, young buck, all of that other stuff, we were expecting this man to do the slam dunk. Even if we already knew that he was going to win just by name alone, they were just going to
needed to see it.
We just wanted to see it. We wanted to see it, and we never got to see it. But thankfully, we had Jordan that did his thing. Thankfully, we had Kobe that did his thing, But I don't want to put the blame on LeBron. I don't want to do that. But it sucks, man. It sucks. The slam dunk contest has lost all of its luster from what it used to be.
Man, the slam dunk contest is a joke. Straight up. And it pains me to say that, because I still talk about 1989 Dominique Wilkins and Michael Jordan in Chicago. Jordan take off on the free throw line. Neek hit him with the two-hand windmill that had never been done before. Gets a 49. Jordan gets a 50. Jordan wins. I'm mad. Like, my friends like talking smack. I'm ready to fight over a dunk contest, right? But you remember that the pattern, like, it was conversation. Like, you couldn't wait. I remember when I couldn't, I can't dunk at the time, but we go getting chairs and jumping off of them trying to mirror the dunks we saw that Saturday night in the dunk contest. And I know it's a shooting generation now. I coach middle school basketball. These kids, all they care about, they will have a wide open lane and do a step back. And you'd be like, if you do that again, I'm gonna pull your little ass out the game, drive to the hole, right? So I know it's a shooting man's game now. I understand that. But never have I thought I would see more kids try to emulate and copy the 3-point shot than wanting to dunk.
That's what it changed.
And that's what it seems like.
That's what it's changed to. And I don't want to discredit Steph for that, but Steph set a precedent like that.
Well, I'm not tripping on Steph, because Steph's a shooter. He's not a dunker, so Steph should be shooting and jacking him up. But some of these other Karl Anthony Towns is in the damn 3-point shootout.
Yeah.
Now, granted, he did well, but shit, your big ass need to be dunking on somebody. Post up, drop step, up and under. Akeem Olajuwon.
That part.
Go dunk on somebody. You want to fade back, cross over, and shoot, man.
No, I'm there with you, big gang. I'm there with you all the way. I think personally, to me, I think that Aaron Gordon Zach Levine.
Levine. That was the last one.
That was a
one.
good match. That was a very,
Yeah.
very good match. Which Aaron Gordon did get robbed twice. I don't care what y'all say. He got robbed twice.
He did.
He should have won. He should have won both of those. Hands down, though, by far, my favorite is 2000 with Vince Carter. Hands down, my favorite. Because we all anticipated. We all over. Yeah. Because we all anticipated Vince doing, and we knew Vince was crazy when it came to the hops and the dunks.
Right.
And it was just like, and then I even mentioned this on the show, man. They're trying to get so creative with these dunks. It's taking it all out. I miss the dunks. I miss the guys. I mean, throwing the ball up, catching it in the air, and you doing a windmill, or you catching it from the back and yoking it. You know what I'm saying? I miss the dunks, man. The guys that just showed their athleticism that can bring the ball all the way back here and bring it back and just,
like they grab the ball out the parking lot.
You know what I'm saying?
And dunked. Yeah, I feel you, man.
But this is what it is, man. Everybody want to jump over Shaq.
Right.
Dang.
So do you think I know, and this is when I knew it was bad. My kids were like, "This was trash. We should have watched the movie." I'm like, God damn. And these boys love watching All-Star Weekend. Right? So the question now, before we move on to second down, do you ever see the dunk contest being phased out of All-Star Weekend because of the way the way it's looking? Could it not be a dunk contest?
If you phase it out, then what are you gonna put in there?
Man, you could put a trick shot challenge or something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because this is my thing. You're right. What do you replace it with? But you just keep doing it to say you're doing it, and no one really wants to participate. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think you take it out. I don't think you take it out, but I think the only way that you save the dunk contest is guys with a name. Guys that have a name actually compete in the dunk contest, man. I mean, I don't know how many years it's been, but you got guys that are just like, they're no-namers, man. They're no-namers.
Yeah.
No-namers. Oh, I'm loving all this. I'm loving all this.
So,
my man Chris, get rid of the skills challenge, make them one-on-one. See, that could be something. That could be something.
I'm down for that, but at the same time, are they going to play? Put a big enough prize on it to make it worth it. I think the commission needs to put a big enough purse on this dunk contest to make these stars want to do it. It's something got to give, and I hate making it saying like it got to come down to money and bread, but god damn, we got to do something, man. Because I can't watch what I watched again this year from the dunk contest standpoint, and the damn All-Star game was damn near the same thing. It was damn near the same thing to me. I was like, bro.
No, like I said, man, I was more interested in how the 3-point contest went. Even this Steph and Sabrina thing.
Yeah,
that was more entertaining to me.
It was. It really was. And like I said, Reed, I never thought that I would dig the damn 3-point contest more than the dunk contest. Hey, Chris, you're right. You do have to incentivize a man, but lo and behold, because we could talk about that poor ass performance of a weekend for a long time, and this next one's gonna take a little bit of time, so we got to move on to the second down. Because I've seen a lot of great comments about this. Second down. And I titled the show after this. Who's the next face of the NBA? Because here it is, Reed. All the talk about LeBron. He didn't participate in media day. He didn't practice a lot at All-Star Weekend. He showed up, I think, late Saturday, early Sunday, whatever. Played the game. It's his 20th one. Don't know how much is left in the tank of LeBron. We know that he is currently the face of the NBA, and he will be stepping down soon. Or even if he plays another 3 years, the league has got to start shaping and creating another new face. Who can you see being the face of the NBA once LeBron James is gone?
Luka.
Think Luka can be the face? Do you think a foreign-born player can actually be the face of the NBA?
Foreign born, but he's international. And the game is international.
So them making the
And
game
that's where
global.
they make their money. They make a lot of money off of global representation. You know, Luka can go over there to, you can go overseas and see a whole bunch of people with Luka jerseys. Just like you can see a whole bunch of people with LeBron jerseys.
Right.
You know. And it's all about the money, bro. It's all
It
about
is,
the money
but
at the end of the day.
and I don't think you're wrong, Reed. And I mean, and I value your opinion, bro, like always, because whenever we talk about stuff. But when I think back, my time watching basketball and the faces that I associate with the game, I could say Bill Russell. That's really because my grandfather's right, Will, But for me, associating a game of basketball, starting to fall in love with it and watching it, Dr. J, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, Barkley Ewing, Michael Jordan. I mean, when I say big faces, Barkley Ewing weren't big face, but Jordan.
You're talking about the face of the game.
Face of the game.
When you say NBA, the first person that you think of that represents the league.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why, like, Luka, right now, Luka's not going to jump out at me, but at the same time, I still know that I got LeBron hanging around. Kobe. Kobe was big. Michael, Magic. Like, those were, like, the guys. Like, when you talk about NBA, those names, that popped up, then it seems like they created this culture. They start shaping and forming LeBron at, when he was at St. Mary, Vincent, Notre Dame, whatever. And then you knew he was going to come in to be that guy. Him, Kobe going at it. Kobe gets to that point. He steps away. Bam. It's LeBron. They try to put the Giannis in the light. But I heard Kendrick Perkins say this the other day, and that's why I was like, man, I want to read perspective because I know you love your basketball. Kendrick Perkins said, okay, we can ask who's going to be the next face. But do you think any of these young guys want to be the face? Do they want to be that media guy that LeBron is, to have to answer the questions and take on that persona that LeBron is taking on because they groomed him to do that? Who's going to be willing to be the face? Because I don't know if some of these guys want that.
I can see somebody like Jason Tatum doing that.
See, and Tatum's one of the guys that I said, like, some of the people that came up to me, I had Luka, believe it or not. Hold on, it's too many youngins coming up to center on one. It's going to be 5 or 6 dudes that. Yeah, that's a good point. It's going to be multiple.
Yeah, very good.
And I think it's always been multiple, but it's always been that one.
That one.
In the Jordan era, you still had Isaiah Thomas, you still had Dominique Wilkins, you still had Magic Blake about to phase out.
All of them,
you had
still Jordan at the top.
Barkley, you had Ewing, you had Reggie Miller. So it's always, I think, gonna be a cluster of guys. But like right now, on the cover of the show, I put Victor Wembanyama, Anthony Edwards, and Jason Tatum. And the reason, like, somebody told me, like, hey man, big game, you tripping? Like, you didn't put Giannis on there, guys. Giannis is becoming a big superstar in a super small market, but Giannis has some tread on those tires. He's been playing the game a while, not like super old man, but when I say face, I'm thinking younger because it's like Chris just said, it's so many young faces and young heads in this game right now. I'm like, which one of these young dudes is going to kind of, the cream rise to the top? Who's going to rise to the top? So that's what I always ask. So those are some of the names that I came up with. And I asked the question. You say Luka, and I was like, damn, were they respected enough to let it be a foreign-born player?
You know what I'm saying?
But Luka, and Reed, don't take this the wrong way. Luka too goddamn boring to be the face of the NBA. He's blah. He doesn't talk. I mean, he whines like a motherfucker. But Luka cannot. To me, Luka can't be that dude because he just don't have that oomph about it.
I feel you. But I think
can he ball? Hell yeah, he can ball.
I think that's the generation of guys that we have now.
Okay.
That's just the generation of guys that we have. I mean, damn, we just saw it in the All-Star game. If they put damn near 400 points up in the All-Star game, it's damn near like they don't give a fuck. They don't care, bro.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
real.
Care. You know what I'm saying? They just have a lackluster attitude about the whole game. So I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough to say. Because some of these guys have won championships. I feel like some of these guys won championships who wasn't supposed to win championships. Some guys won, rings maybe before their time or however you want to say it. Like nobody expected Steph to win 4.
True. Like people didn't know Steph was even gonna make it. Let's just be
You see what I'm
honest.
saying?
And
Nobody
Steph,
expected Steph doing what he did, shooting all those threes,
right?
enable him to win 4 championships. Nobody
And
expected
Steph is the
Giannis.
face now, right? Right.
Nobody expected Giannis in his own self, in his own right, to
Yeah,
win a
because Giannis was a
championship.
gamble. We know Giannis was a gamble by the Bucks, and he turned into that guy for them.
Yeah, you know what I'm
So
saying?
it was like, wow.
So now you're looking at, with all the talent that you have now, the next people up. I mean, KD has already won his, even though they're trying to put asterisks and stuff with his. But you're looking at the next guys, your Dame Lillards, your Lucas, who else? Your Jason Tatums, and guys like that. They're supposed to be like the next crop of guys that everybody kind of want to see win a ring. Now, you
right,
know what I'm saying?
right.
So I don't know. I still say Luka for that international aspect. I mean, even look at Joker, man. Even look
That's
at
a great
Joker.
point you made. And someone else did that too. Somebody said, "What about Joker? He's foreign
Even look at,
born, but he's."
you know,
I think it's hard for a big man to be that face, and I
but
just
that's the
think that's
thing.
because of the way people look at the game. I'm not to say that Joker can't, but like I like Anthony Edwards. That's just me.
Mhm.
I do like Jason Tatum, and I think the reason Boston's having a little bit more success this year is that Brown has accepted his role of being at number 2. And the fact that he just got a big ass payday last year too. But you know what I mean? So Jason Tatum might be that guy.
If they were putting some pieces around him, Trae Young could have been in this conversation.
Woo! Now, but you know what? I think they were trying too hard to make Trae the next Steph. And I think the shooter has become a category within itself.
Okay.
Am I stretching? If I'm wrong, let me
No,
know.
no,
But that's the way
no,
I look at it. I'm
no,
like,
no.
but you're right. Atlanta can't figure it out. My Hawks cannot figure this shit out how to do
Trae
it
gone,
right.
dog. Trae
And
gone.
well, he gonna have to. If he want to go
Trae gone,
win,
bro.
he can't do it in Atlanta.
Yeah, dog. Trae gone.
I mean, and I'm
He
not
gonna be
mad.
gone.
And when they went and got the DeJounte Murray, it just still didn't mesh for it to be. You got 2 guys that are both super scorers that didn't have any else to play around the end. Atlanta just lost their center for the rest of the year. That's what they said. So, but out of you said Luka, who would be your next? You think that could be the face that can represent? Like I say when I say this, who can be the next one that you see that can do what LeBron does for the league? Because that's the hard part for me to figure out.
That's very tough to say. That would be very tough to say. Damn. Again, I mean, I would have to say like maybe Tatum, man.
Wow.
Again, I have to say Tatum.
That's not a bad say though, Reed, because the more I think about it, the more you say that, Tatum has the personality. He's probably got the look. He has charisma. He's in a big market.
Very big market.
He's in a very
Says
big
all
market.
the right things. He's a avid team player. He's a star.
Right.
You know, a lot of things can be behind him. It can be. It can be. But the thing is, Boston always gets so close, and yet still so far.
Right. Right. Now, do
You
you
know.
think Victor Wembanyama could be in that conversation? Or him being in San Antonio and them struggling will keep him behind? Because the kid's he's only 20 years old.
Victor, he can, based off of his size and whatnot. I could see him as a future face, possibly.
Got it.
But the thing is, he would have to put San Antonio back on the map.
Got you.
You see what I'm
Eh,
saying? He'd
do you
have to
think?
make them a relevant squad again.
Got you. True.
So within these next couple years, they need to be hitting the playoffs.
Do you think Popovich still has it in him to make for San Antonio to make another run as he adds some more pieces to Victor Wembanyama? I know that's not part of the down, but since you said that, and it's a very good point, I was like, let me ask this question.
That's very tough to say because Pop has been there forever and a day. I think I done went through high school and college, and Papa's still been there. You know what I'm
Right?
saying? Like, so it had to be if you really want to do it. If you really,
Gotcha.
really, really want to do it. If you really wants to stand there and deal with the grind of it and getting the pieces to come in there and work with them and all of that stuff, man. And I mean,
Right.
it can be a taxing thing. It just depends if Pop still got the passion to do it. And I don't
Got
know if
it.
he does. I don't know if he does. So
Man, well, that's a good one. A lot of great and no knock and no diss to none of those young players in the
not at all.
NBA.
Not
You
at all.
guys are living your dreams, and that's no one can be forced to be the face and carry the weight of an entire league. There's few that can handle it, and I believe that's why I have a lot more respect for LeBron James, and I had to quit hating on him because he stepped up and spoke on things. He believes in what he believes in, and he's done it his way for a long time. And that's cool.
He's done a
Anybody
lot
else
of great
though?
things for this league. He's done a
Yeah,
lot of great things for this league. Hate him or love him, you got to give the boy his respect and his flowers
yeah,
and his just due because he's done a
yeah.
lot of things for the league. Oh,
Hey man, you young cats, somebody figure that shit out. Step up, be that leader. Um, Moving on, third down. Gonna take it to the gridiron. Antonio Pierce made some comments on on Crosby's podcast last week that some people are saying he kind of did the things that we talk about. You don't say things on the air that you speak behind closed doors.
I didn't
And
catch this. What did he say?
okay, so Antonio Pierce made some comments about how you handle Pat Mahomes. And he said you got to kind of cut the head of the snake off and take those shots that can get that leader to fall. Never really said the name, but he said the number 15. You know who the most popular number 15 is in the NFL right now. And some of these comments, things get said a lot behind closed doors. Coaches say a
Right,
lot of things.
right.
Coaches sometimes have meetings and they'll ask the head coach to leave out, and sometimes just kind of what happened with the Saints and Bounty Gate. You know what I'm saying? They asked Sean Payton to step out the room, and Greg, what's his name, made the hits and tell people, that you do this, I give you this much money. Things happen, conversations happen. It does happen in the league. But for Antonio Pierce to kind of insinuate what what he meant and say it out loud is much different than a conversation that you normally have with just your players, which I'm sure he probably did. Like, hey, yo, we gotta get it gotta be us taking 15 out the game. We gotta knock his ass out. We gotta put him on the back. We can't let 15 beat us. Cool, no doubt. You do that. But now in the days, now to me, if the Raiders ever play Kansas City Chiefs and there's a questionable call and hit against Patrick Mahomes, they're gonna face substantial fines because of this comment. Mark my words.
You gotta
And
watch what you say.
shout out to my man, Stickman Simp, for bringing this to me and told me that, hey man, he said this is some that I know your listeners would like to hear, and you and your boy need to talk about it. And I pulled it up and reading into it, and it's circulating all over the internet now, and Twitter and ESPN and everything else. And let me see.
It's such a bad way to start your tenure as the head coach.
I'm not mad at him though.
And a story franchise. No,
Yeah, but
I'm not mad. I'm not mad because it's almost like a Dan Campbell situation in Detroit.
uh-huh.
I absolutely love the confidence. I love the confidence. I think your players need to see that, and the players need to be behind it. But you still got to be smart.
Right. So, hey, Reed, this is
Still got to be
exactly
smart.
this is what Antonio Pierce said. He said one rule they used to tell me: kill the head, and the body's dead. Okay. And then he goes on to say, we got to knock off the head of the snake, 15. And it says, that's what he said. Never said the name Mahomes, but like I said, who's the most popular 15? So it's like, given that Mahomes is currently, he's the most popular in the NFL, who isn't dating Taylor Swift, is what this article says, and we're in number 15. It's more or less geared towards that person. No lies told. And I will sit here and tell you this. I won't tell you who said what, but I definitely sit here and tell you. I've had coaches say, we need to make sure this guy doesn't finish the game. Do what I need y'all to try to make sure this guy doesn't finish the game. You know what I mean? But as a competitor, I want to knock the piss out of you because it's my job. But also as a competitor and knowing how the game is played, I'm not doing nothing dirty to try to hurt you. That they don't end up ending a career. You know what I'm saying? So you got to play within those lines of doing certain things. So,
and that's my thing, because all of you guys, and I know you, like you said, you've been on the field before, played at the highest level. All of you guys have families to go home to.
Right.
Your paychecks is taking care of your families and your kids and your wives and everybody else, man. So you don't want to love the game and abide by the rules as best as you can, but don't jeopardize yourself and try to jeopardize somebody else's livelihood. To the point to where that they can't take care of their family. Now, there's some people out there that just don't give a damn, and let them. That is what it is. But I got a better thing for Antonio Pierce, man. Instead of trying to take the head up off that snake, you figure your way out of how to beat him. Figure your way. Just find the way to beat him. I can't sit here and make excuses. As much as I am a big Bengals fan, you've heard me say it about Joe Burrow. I believe Burrow is the guy that can probably take it to him and challenge him, because he's been the only person that I've seen that could challenge him at that high level in those big games. And I know I've said that in past shows, but
right.
Josh Allen, find a way to beat him. Lamar Jackson, find a way to beat him.
Right.
Everybody in the league, find a way to beat him. When it comes down to it, man. When it comes down to it. I mean, the dude has won, 3 out of the last 5.
Right.
Find a way. Find a way.
Lo and behold, that made me laugh because, Saints Gate, Bounty Gate, all that stuff come to mind. I don't want Antonio Pierce to be punished. Like I said, if some freak happened in the game next year. They play him twice a year. It's going to be a physical game. And that's Antonio Pierce's coaching style. He's going to try to teach grit and grime and work hard and get after it. So his guys are going to go that extra mile for him. And then if Pat Mahomes happens to get hurt, man, he told him to hurt him. They've been cheating. And they're going to look into it. I don't want to see that happen. So the fact that he said what he said, he never named Patrick Mahomes. He hinted to it. That's the thing. There's so much news accessible because all these different entities and people are doing podcasts now. Yeah. So you can hear and find a lot of things that normally you wouldn't find and hear before.
Yeah.
I could tell you about one of my old coaches, man, that would say some stuff. He'd be like, what did he just, he crazy. And you laugh about it, right? But there was never that wasn't going to get out to anybody. We weren't going to go repeat that. You know what I mean? Like we were going to laugh about it. We were going to talk about it.
Stay in the locker room, man.
And two of the crazy people in our position group might think about doing this shit, but everybody else like, hey man, that ain't within the game. That's not what I'm doing.
Word.
I can't. So, all right, man, let's move this thing on the 4th down, man. This came out and it's still on the gridiron. College football playoffs. We know they're expanding to 12 teams next year.
Mm-hmm.
And so the new format came out and has been talked about. So, there's Power 4 now. So the top highest 4 ranked teams will get the buys. Then teams 5 through 12 will play to fill out those games. Whoever has the better seed will have a home game. So 5 versus 12, 6 versus 11, 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9. All those lower seeded teams will have a home game in that first round. And then when it gets to the round, that would be like, I think the 6th, they will still do like the Power 6, like the New Year's 6 bowl games. That will be neutral site games for those playoffs and stuff like that. A lot of people are making noise because they say most of these Power 4, like the top 4, will probably be conference champions. And they say, what does that do for a team like Notre Dame that's an independent, that's, been ranked pretty high, in the top 5 or top 10 the last couple of years? If they finish undefeated without having a conference affiliation, it might end up putting them at a 6 or 7 ranking. What you think about something like that, Reed?
I mean, it possibly could. I mean, but it possibly could. But I think they should be more just concerned with just getting to the
Winning,
to the dance, winning and getting to the dance.
I feel you.
I understand. But see, with Notre Dame being an independent, whose fault is that?
True.
You see what I'm saying?
True. That's the
Whose fault
school's
is that?
choice. I feel
That's
you,
the
man.
school's choice to be an independent.
That's
So
the
they
school's
can't put the
choice. I do
blame
feel you on
on
that.
it being. It can't be the blame on the ACC and the SEC.
Right.
It can't be their blame. That school that chose to be that
Right.
independent. In that retrospect. So in that retrospect, y'all need to worry about winning as many games as possible, hoping that one of these power teams end up losing or whatever to get you into that spot to where you can be a bye. But I think their main concern is to get the highest record that you can get and get into the playoffs.
Facts.
Sorry.
Man, this is my whole thing. We knew that the playoff, we wanted to see expansion because how we said this past season, Florida State got left off. Some other teams that probably could have competed got left out. So now that it's expanded, people are already finding a reason to bitch and moan and cry about it.
I'm excited though. I'm excited to see that.
I am too.
I want to see how they go.
I want to see how these 12 teams can do, and I think
it's only fair, bro. Honestly, I think it's only fair because, like you said, like teams like Florida State, they ended up not getting a chance to get in there. By the end of the season, you got a good 8 to 10 teams or whatnot, man, that can honestly go out there.
right.
Let them compete, bro. Let them compete. Make it a tournament style to where you compete and see who's better.
Right. And if you lose.
Because you've been seeing them. I mean, Alabama gets in regardless. They can lose. Alabama can lose 2 games and they still somehow end up in the national championship.
Well, that might be coming to a halt. Nikki baby has left the building. We will see.
That part, though. So.
Anyway, for people crying and complaining already about Notre Dame not getting in, you know what that made me say, Reed?
Oh, hell no! 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 Oh, hell no!
Oh, hell no.
That's right. Oh,
hell
no.
That was good. I like how you did that.
Things that happen during the week that just make us shake our head and go, oh, hell no.
Hell no.
Now, this one came up. It popped up on social media. And guys, granted, I know people put fake news on social media. I do understand this. It happens. But there's videos on this guy saying this and some other things. Former Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback Chris Sims says that Jalen Hurts is one of the most overrated football players in the NFL at the quarterback position, and the Eagles need to move on from him. And Reed, I say this all the time. Everyone's entitled to have their own opinion. Now, I think that quote might have got curved to rewritten just a little bit because in the interview it said something different, but he did say that Jalen Hurts may not be the long-term answer and the Eagles should look elsewhere. Chris Sims. And you know, I'm not the one that like to talk about anybody's career in the league, because if you made it to the league and had a chance to play the league for X amount of years, it's a blessing. And you were able to do something that many people talk about doing and never could do.
True that. True that.
But Chris Sims.
Oh, you gonna start it?
You go ahead. That's my old hell. Now, if you want to touch on it, go ahead. Cause I got a real opinion about this fool and this shit. But yeah.
Well, first and foremost, Chris Sims, you will never be your father. You'll never be your father. Phil Sims was OG. Secondly, like, he is entitled to his opinions. Can't knock him on that. But to say Jalen Hurts is overrated,
right?
That's wild. That's
what
wild.
The hell has Chris Sims won in the NFL?
That's
what
wild.
has he done of any significance?
And that the Eagles should look elsewhere. Okay, Chris, let's just say that the Eagles decide to go elsewhere. Who are they going to pick up? Who are they going to pick up? Who's going to do what Jalen has done? Because all the teams that have a legitimate, decent, good quarterback are holding on to him and they're building around him.
Right.
So take your pick. If you let him go, who you want? Kirk Cousins? You want Russell Wilson?
Mm.
You know, who?
Justin Fields?
Fields don't want to leave. Fields don't want to leave Chicago. From what he was saying, he didn't want to leave Chicago.
I don't think he wants to leave, but he does want Chicago to give him let him know what's going to happen with him. Yeah. But this is my thing. And Reed, you said a lot of good things because I was mad when I saw this, to where Chris Sims, a lot of the things that you got is because of your dad, even your broadcasting job. I don't give a damn what no one says. Your dad helped open a lot of doors for you. A lot of shit that Chris Sims does is because of his father.
Football Night in America. Yeah.
Right. Like, come on, man. Yeah. I know your dad's on his dad's on a different network, but to come out with the utmost disrespect, and has Chris Sims ever played in the Super Bowl and led a team to a Super Bowl?
Hell
no. That you remember, Reed?
Oh, hell no.
There it is, man. Oh, hell no. And moving right along. I ain't gonna spend a lot of time on that, but this just kind of rhetoric. It makes me crazy, and
that trips me out how these former players can say those kind of things about other guys. Like man, and I know we finna move on, but Cam Newton to me has been speaking some of the most logical sense. You know,
I'm not mad at Cam. Reed, you're right, because Cam has spoke facts on a lot of things he said, and even saying what he said about some of the people that he did. There's no real disrespect to it, especially when he starts saying that the difference between game. Now, to me, what was asinine is when Warren Sapp said that Cam Newton was just a glorified running back. I think that was just a straight shot. And yes, Cam used his legs a lot, but Cam was legit with his arm. He didn't have a lot of weapons. He had no weapons in Carolina.
Bags. It still took them to the damn Super Bowl. You serious?
Right.
Okay, bro.
Right. But
Warren Sapp kind of out there though.
My teammate.
No, that's your boy. I know that's your boy.
No,
you can't say Warren.
No, real is real, and that shit was kind of asinine, bro. Straight up, point blank, period. We're supposed to go to keep it on the court. I ain't got a whole lot of basketball and more news to talk about besides playoff race. This is the part of the season, though, Reed, that gets fun for me because they're about to start making this playoff push. So hopefully guys will quit taking breaks, start playing more, and we can see how the playoffs are going to shape up and form. What happened?
No, this is it. I said the same thing, man. This is the time where I kind of pay a little bit more attention to the league now. Now that the All-Star game is over.
Yeah, we'll get at it a little bit more next week, man. But trying to keep this thing with this basketball thing, I got one, and I know stars hate this, but we're gonna do this right now because the Buff Nerd ain't here, and it's some fun that me and you can have. Come on. That's right. One gotta go. It's that thing where if one of these people or things didn't exist out of the what I give you, and I gotta keep it basketball. So we talked about GOATs. I mean, we talked about the new faces. We talked about past GOATs and past legends. So I ran this one by my boy. Shout out to my man, artist Joe Smith. I ran it by him earlier today. He's like, "Yo, coach, that's not good, dog. That's too hard. You gonna have people arguing on this one, man. Ain't no way." So one gotta go. Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James. One of them never been a GOAT or a player in this league. Who would it be out of those four, man? My wife down there yelling answers up.
I bet she said LeBron, didn't she?
She sure did, because hey, she a Laker fan through and through. You know she wasn't gonna say Magic. First thing she said LeBron. I didn't even read the question all the way. She said LeBron. LeBron.
If you're looking at if you're looking at the whole body of work that every one of those guys put in.
Man.
I'd have to go LeBron.
Wow.
I'd have to go LeBron. And that's very hard. That's very hard.
Now, do you think your answer is kind of predicated on your age and growing up with the game? And because, like, Reed, you're not an old person, but you kind of got that old man soul and been watching sports like since you was like knee high to a grasshopper, right? So
yeah,
you appreciate older players in every sport every time we talk about something.
Yeah. I think of it like this. Would the game still have truly survived if these guys wasn't necessarily in the league? Let's just say we never had a LeBron. So we never had a LeBron. But we still would have had our D Wades and our KDs and everything like that. All the guys. We still would have had those guys. You know, we just wouldn't have LeBron.
Gotcha.
But you can't. You know why you can't take Jordan away.
You can't.
You can't take Jordan away, and then you know why you can't take Kobe away.
Right.
You can't.
And Magic is a pioneer. But to me, these
and
other three,
Magic is a pioneer, bro.
Without these other three, there is no LeBron.
Without them, there's no LeBron. Swear me.
So,
without them, there's no LeBron.
So there it is. Hey, all you LeBron James fans, don't hate us for our opinion.
But it's no diss to him. It's no diss to him whatsoever. I'm looking at the whole. Check this out. I'm looking at the whole body of work, right?
Okay.
I'm looking at the whole body of work. Magic stayed as a Laker his entire career. Jordan stayed as a Bull his entire career until he went to the Wizards. And
that Wizards shit don't even count with Michael
we
Jordan.
We don't even really count that.
Right, we don't even count that.
He was still just trying to prove that he could hoop. Kobe stayed with his squad with the Lakers his entire career. Okay. We're old school guys. We love the loyalty of how players, want to work it out and whatnot. And not saying that LeBron didn't do that, but LeBron played in Cleveland for 8 years, left, went to Miami to go get some championship rings. After the Miami stint, where does he go to? He goes back to Cleveland, as I believe,
gets them
to
one,
rectify what he did with him leaving, and then left them yet again to become a Laker. Not only that, LeBron has single-handedly changed the notion of how all of these younger guys come up into the game to decide they making themselves businesses instead of actually just being team players.
Ball players. True.
Instead of being ball players. So all of these guys, they're willing to leave their squad or leave whoever that they got drafted to. They don't want to just sit there and grind it out. I mean, I'm sure Dame Lillard would have stayed in Portland if he wanted to, if he could have
a chance to win.
If he had a chance to. You see what I'm saying? So I don't knock him for that move, but yeah, if it wasn't for those, if it it wasn't for those three, I wouldn't have LeBron. So, yeah, LeBron would be the one to go.
Man, hey, great point. Brian, we don't hate you, but it is. Hey man, we come up on the end. So now it's time for our top 5.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go.
What was that?
That's
some
right.
chips up there at the top, man. What was that?
Yeah, some food. It was like a little tray of some fries, because one gotta go. I mean, top 5. The topics range from sports to food to TV, the movies, the culture, everything. So, hey man, if it's your first time here to Big Game Sports Buzz, hey, we do a top 5. Some people have a top 100, some have a top 50, some do a top 25, some even do a top 10 and punk out. But here on Big Game Sports Buzz, we do a top 5. Tonight, top 5 dunkers. That's right. We've been talking about this piss poor slam dunk contest, how bad everything is. We're gonna talk about top 5 dunkers. And Jay Stoggs, if you go back and watch this later, man, I hope I did your intro justice because you do a great job of breaking that down with your buff nerdyisms and everything else.
Yes, he does. Shout out to my man Stoggs, bro. Hope you're doing good, man. Take care of yourself.
Nerd. We'll be back next week.
No doubt.
So Reed, man, without a doubt, man. I'll let you go first. Who you got down as your top 5 dunkers?
All right, top 5 dunkers of all time. Everybody's list is going to be different. I understand that. These are the top 5 guys that I have seen in my lifetime of watching the NBA who have stood out to me in the test of time. So let's get it. Number 5, the Rain Man, Shawn Kemp. Okay. That one dunk, I can't even explain that one dunk that he did.
Yeah, no.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. And even the one that when GP threw it to him and he kind of he held it and he kind of swung on the rim and all that. Shawn Kemp was different. Shawn Kemp was different. He was different. Okay. Number 4, Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin in his heyday, nasty.
Yes, sir.
Nasty. It's like damn near every time he got the ball, he was trying to just give people facials. Pause. But you know what I'm saying? Just nasty. Nasty. Number 3, Dominique Wilkins. Hey, the innovator of the windmill. Innovator
My guy, number 21. 21 dunk streak.
That's neat. But if you got Neek, number 2, you gotta have Michael J. Okay. Michael J is my number 2. Of course, Michael has done also some dunks. He is famous for I mean, hell, he's the logo. He's the Jumpman logo. You already know what that is, man. So that's that boy. But my number 1 all time, hands down dunker, Vince Carter.
Yep.
Plain and simple. Vince Carter. Vinsanity. So yeah, that's my top 5.
Great list, Reed. Great list. And hey man, our stuff was damn near spot on. So, for me, I said Jordan. Because Jordan, the free throw line. And the reason he did the free throw line is because my next one did it first. Dr. J, Julius Erving. I just think that you got to step hey. The man was still dunking the basketball at the age of 50. That's how much ups he had. So Dr. J. And then I got Dominique Wilkins. I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan, and the reason I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan is because of that man right there. Dominique Wilkins made me love the Hawks. To watch him and the things he did in the dunk contest and in games was amazing. Rayman, Shawn Kemp, the power that he dunked with, his size and the ability to jump up the way he did was amazing. And then after that, number 1 for me, Vinsanity. I wanted to put Blake Griffin down, but really because I just wanted to pay homage to Dr. J while Blake didn't make my list. So we damn near had the same top 5 for you. That's crazy. But man, Vince Carter, And still, my favorite dunk from Vince Carter is not even in the dunk contest. It's in the USA Olympics when he jumped over the 6
My God.
dude, bruh.
My
Still,
yo.
shit is ignorant.
Yo.
Just ignoramus.
But that's why he's my top. You see what I'm saying? Like stuff like that. It's just insane, bro. Insane. And if you all you young people that watch this show, go back and watch what Vince did to that guy.
Please.
In that Olympic. Just type it up in YouTube. Vince Carter Olympics slam dunk. He jumped over the man standing straight up. And I could,
bruh,
watch
amazing.
It. Just watch
amazing,
it.
Amazing.
I think right there that solidified it for me. I think that honestly
that was it was one of those things like where it was, hey man, did you see Vince Carter's dunk? And you take that, the internet started to get better. You go to the internet, you like, wait, hold on. He did show it again. I mean, people watch that dunk over and over and over again. And then on top of that, the stuff he did in dunk contests, things he were able to do in games. And it was crazy because when he was at North Carolina, it was like, yo, man, this kid, Vince Carter, everybody talk about Antoine Jameson. And everybody's like, Vince Carter's just a dunk. Vince Carter is still talked about.
To this day. To this day, man.
Amazing.
To this day.
Man. Man, can't believe it's been another good ride, man. That hour has come and gone so fast. First one, thank you again, A. Reed, for coming on and helping the brother out. I really appreciate you. Again, y'all can catch the Musicologist on Mondays here on the BGSE network or on MCXP Radio on YouTube, X, Insta, IG, all that stuff, man. Y'all make sure y'all follow Reed and show him some love and check his music out. Brother makes some dope music.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
And for the Buff Nerd, I'm Big Game James. Hey, if you catching this late, drop your top 5 down in those comment boxes, and we will get back with you and let you know what we think of your list. Talk about it, debate it as well. And until next time, may God bless you. Have a great night. Peace.
Dope. It's a dope groove.
Yeah. It's a big game. Who you know that got it behind the scenes like behind the O-line soon as the QB say hype? It's big game, big game.